turn, I raise my hand. 100%, yeah, I'm all in. 100%, yeah, I'm all in. Act a fool like David dancing. Got my rock, I take my chances. Folks be asking what the plan is. I don't know till Father answers in his hands, just like the planet. We both floating, I'm just saying. Yeah. We both know we ain't gon' stay here. We depart and relocate and save me from my woes, I'm staying. Out of my sin, I'm a brand new man. Out of this book, got a brand new friend. Half the world shook with the words he said, cause the other one shook when he came from the dead. The dead, yeah. Honestly, yeah, you know it's him. I can see cause I'm knowing him. When I speak, and you know it's him. Better notice him. It's my turn, I raise my hand. 100%, yeah, I'm all in. 100%, yeah, I'm all in. Act a fool like David dancing. Got my rock, I take my chances. Got my rock, I take my chances. This right here, I could not planned it. But it's happening, this ain't magic. I done tried that, all that plastic. You know, guys that are made of fabric. I done felt my skin turn static. And then washed it all in tragically. I didn't know that was the cost. I think God, he paid that off. I was lying way too much. Satan always calling blows. He just jealous, I'm a son. Heard he lost again, that's tough. It's my turn, I raise my hand. 100%, yeah, I'm all in. 100%, yeah, I'm all in. Act a fool like David dancing. Got my rock, I take my chances. Folks be asking what the plan is. I don't know till Father answers in his hands, just like the planet. We both floating, I'm just saying. Yeah, we both know we ain't gon' stay here. We depart and relocate and save me from my woes, I'm staying.
Happy to have you with us for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. And it's the Knicks to start out. Here's Brunson. And it's Thomas with the rebound. Well, you look at Cam Thomas, Grant. You think he has the potential to be a star in this league?
Well, you know, it's tough to say, B.A. He has a lot of talent, especially as a scorer. I think he has to keep evolving other parts of his game if he wants to become a full-fledged star.
And New York has possession, following the bucket by Utah. Halliburton outside. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And I appreciate how confident Halliburton is. For a guard, he handles himself well and deep.
Free throw good, Halliburton. And both backcourts in this one stand cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions. But tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight.
The steal, the break, the hoop. Brunson, he's just doing it all on his own.
Here's Thomas for three. And Anunoby pulls it down.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
From deep, Sarr. The shot no good. And there's a whistle. That goes on Cam Thomas. That's his first foul.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
Just over a minute and a half in. Here's Brunson. Pass to Turner. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
They set the pick. To the middle. Here's Filipowski. No good. Had a chance to end the run there.
And maybe they're a little too excited today. They need to settle down. They've opened up 1 for 4.
A 7-point spread. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Yeah, in the lane there. I mean, that's easy money for Sarr.
Turner, no good. On offense, here's Utah. Inside. Kicks it to George. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
To the paint. Hart from long range. Utah grabs the miss. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Pass to Sarr. Here's Filipowski. And he hits it to tie the game.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Right side Brunson. Fires for 3. Sarr pulls it in. And so Thompson will bring it up for the Jazz. To the inside. It's stolen by Hart. Here's Brunson. New York again can't hit.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Thomas outside. And that's good from 17 feet.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
So both teams making some changes here. Here's Halliburton. Here he goes. Softly drops in the floater. Halliburton's got 7 points.
And using that momentum to his advantage, even when Halliburton gets knocked around, he pushes through it well.
First personal foul. First team foul.
.107 left in the first quarter. Collier, no good.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
And it's Utah with the ball. Banked it in off the glass.
A growing aspect of George's game. He's working to become a strong facilitator.
Down low. Here's Robinson. The kick out to Wiggins. Halliburton outside. Tries yet again. Oh, George with a steal. And here comes the break. Here's Collier.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
27 seconds left in the opening quarter. Pass to Robinson. Here's Connect. They swipe it. Outside Walker. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
This is how Walker likes to play. He invites contact and he dishes it out.
Now here's Halliburton. 2 on the clock. On the take. And he takes it up and lays it in. 9 points in the game.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Your New York team.
And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points.
50.
Utah. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. Yeah, what stands out to you from Utah in this one?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
First personal foul.
All right, Grant, which U.S.-born player do you think has the best chance to supplant LeBron as the face of the league?
Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot, B.A. Well, the conversation has to be between Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, and Anthony Edwards. They're the best young talent that the U.S. has to offer, and they're only getting better.
Rejected by Halliburton. And here's the fast break. Here's Wiggins. No good. Thompson with some nice D. to the middle. George, no good. New York trails by 4. Streaking in, here's Halliburton. Pass to Shaman. Shakes him. He got a piece of it. Here's the break. Thomas outside. Here's Koloko. Robinson defending. Now Thompson. Here's Collier. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Collier's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, as we see more of Thompson, I think he's going to get better looking for his teammates.
Robinson gets the bucket.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Brian, Tyrese Halliburton, an all-star starter last season, is not done yet. He said, quote, "I want to be a champion, a Hall of Famer, and one of the greats. I want the next generation to talk about my ability as a basketball player. That's definitely the goal, and I don't ever set limits." Brian?
Allie just scratching the surface. Thank you, good stuff there. And here's Thomas from the arc. And New York has possession. It's Shamet on the wing. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. To the inside, Koloko hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Koloko's gotten his first bucket of the night.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
Substitution on the court.
And Brunson's got the ball here for New York. 4-point game. And Jalen Brunson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
It's Thomas on the wing. Pass to Filipowski. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
To the paint. Here's Hart. It's deflected.
And as Sarr gets older, he'll learn how to use his length even more.
Three minutes of action thus far in the second. Pass to Collier. Here's Sarr. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the wing on the left. No good with the triple. New York trails by 6. Brad, you talk about NBA length. Alex Sarr has it in spades.
So many young bigs we're seeing these days. He combines that length with some guard skills as well. And that's a very intriguing package. Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Such good vision from Brunson. He's able to spot a guy ready to attack.
Here's Thomas. And it's New York with a rebound.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
Hart from long range sinks the tray. And now just a 3-point Utah lead.
Well, it's a 3-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. A minute 6 left in the second period. George left side. Pass to Collier.
New York foul. Landry Shamet. First personal foul.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Here's Collier. 6 points for him. And Turner with the block.
An impressive shot blocker. Turner's combination of size and timing on defense is so valuable.
Pass to Walker. Kicks it to George. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Collier. Blocked again! Outside Hart. Inside. Here's Turner. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
And the defense recognizing that Turner can make this shot, which is why he gets fouled.
Miles Turner.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
And they seem to have taken a more heads-on approach this quarter, and it's getting them to the free throw line. And you don't need a roadmap when he's got open court in front of him like that.
Well, the best way to attack is in transition. He recognizes that.
And he comes up with a bucket.
Yeah, slick drive by Halliburton, cutting through the defense into a shot.
Here's Collier. Goes back up. No good on the layup. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Utah ahead, leading by just 2. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Pass to Sarr. Thomas outside. Crafty move. And it's New York with a rebound. Now here's Anunoby for the lead. Knocks down the triple. Anunoby's got 5.
What was the defense thinking? I mean, that's the wrong guy to leave open.
Now Thomas. Pass to Filipowski. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Thomas. All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys. But now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Thomas has gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
Yeah, every coach wants assisted buckets. Guys like George, they move the ball.
Here's Brunson. Thompson with some nice D.
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies.
Here's Thomas for 3. Doesn't go for him. Here's Anunoby. Takes it inside. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Good find there by Turner. He sees an opening and swiftly feeds the ready shooter.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He wants to review the game plan. Right around a minute and a half played in the 3rd quarter. It's Thomas on the wing. He's got 7. Drops one in from the wing. He's got 9.
Well, that's probably not the shot they were looking for, but hey, when it goes in, everybody's happy.
That one drops for him.
And this is how competitive Halliburton is. Doesn't allow some contact to distract him from scoring.
Pass to George. 4-3. And it's New York with a rebound. It's tipped. Halliburton right side. Here's Turner. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. Turner's got 5.
And look at the vision from Halliburton. Love seeing ball movement like this.
And he makes it.
Yeah, you have to give him a lot of credit here. He's turned things around after a disappointing first half.
Now here's Brunson. Halliburton for 3. Outside Hart. And And there it is for him. Hart's got his second basket.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Thomas outside. Oh, and Turner with a block. And he gets it back. Clock at 6. Pass to Thompson. Here's Filipowski. Three-pointer off the mark. Outside Brunson. Out left to the wing. Outside Anunoby. Thompson outside. George for 3. Fires in the triple. And the Jazz lead by 1.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Here's Brunson. Oh, look at Jalen Brunson. Don't let that size fool you.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from inside.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. A different look here for Utah.
Substitution on the court.
There's a minute 12 left in the third. Here's Collier. Chalk up 2 there.
Isaiah Collier.
Collier's got a incredible game. This lead has been exchanged 8 times.
Tremendous show of will and resilience on both sides.
To the inside. Wiggins. Can't cash it in from close range. Going inside. And the officials called goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Yeah, it was just a little late. I mean, he thought he got there, but the ref saw it otherwise.
A chance at a 2-for-1.
You have to find ways to use the clock to your advantage.
Here's Halliburton. Tyrese playing big in the painted area.
These defenders really need to man up, particularly in the lane.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Collier. Halliburton with some nice D. And so it's Halliburton with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. Back to Shamet. From downtown. Pure from 3-point range. Shamet's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Collier. Kicks it to George. Pass to Hendricks. Back to George. No good on the buzzer beater. That takes us to the end of the third quarter. What a game. Neither team giving ground.
Utah team. 41.
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. Now here's Brunson. Brunson, so confident at the rim.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Pass to Walker. Oh, sweet move. And he sinks the layup.
They have a never-give-up attitude.
Yeah, and as a coach, you love having a team like this. They've got 0 quitting.
Out to the right wing. Wiggins for 3. Outside McBride. 5 to shoot. And here's Robinson. Tries again. Walker pulls down the board.
Well, with his team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
From the elbow. Here's Collier. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Miles McBride picks one up. Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for New York.
Well, I love how they're attacking the rim. That will usually force defenses to collapse and open up a lot of outside shots.
Yeah, the other thing they're doing is absolutely scorching the net. Red hot from outside all game long.
And that one's good. Brunson.
Brunson doesn't fear going in amongst the trees. Remarkable poise there inside.
Pass to Sarr, and he jams it home with authority.
Too easy for a guy of his caliber. The D must put up more of a fight down there.
Yeah, they can't let him even get into that space. If he gets good position on the block, it's trouble.
Robinson with it. Here's Anunoby. Good.
Throughout the second half, they've achieved excellent efficiency on the offensive end.
2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Here's Collier. Around the back and lays it in. Nice.
Yeah, it looks like he hit the reset button at halftime. Not sure if it was a mechanical issue, but he's looked much more confident offensively.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Both teams will make substitutions. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, over the last break I listened to Tom Thibodeau address the team. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, "We're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall." Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Pass to Sarr. Back to Thomas. Hart pulls it in.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
There's a screen by Turner. Outside Brunson. Back to Turner. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. Now it's a 5-point New York lead.
Wow, Turner just going off, stepping up and getting it done for his squad.
Thomas, that's good.
Well, we talk about ice in his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot.
Outside Hart. A minute 37 left in the fourth quarter. This one for three. That one doesn't drop. And it's Utah with the ball. Thomas with the ball. And it's Brunson picking him up. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. So both teams changing it up here. And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. There is a lot on the line. And he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. And he ends up making the second. And that narrows the gap to 1. And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for New York. We've got 1:13 left to play in the fourth quarter. Pass to Turner. Sarr pulls it in. And here's Thomas. Here's Collier. Brunson defending to take the lead. Count it!
Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Here's Halliburton. Sarr pulls it in. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Thomas with the ball, and it's Brunson picking him up. Thomas with the ball. Pass to Filipowski. Three-pointer. And it's New York with a rebound. Halliburton outside. Driving to... It's good! He buried a game winner!
An amazing finish. It doesn't get any better than that.
Wow. Those are the moments you live for as a player, and as a coach, you're just thankful to come away with the win.
So New York wins it. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these close games won by the home team.
And that'll do it, folks.